Good morning and welcome to the Butt Show. Here we go. Okay. I have a lot to ask of you today, but I'm going to make it very limited. Some of the subjects that I'm going to talk about today are going to probably trigger if you're one of them woke people, if you're one of them very sensitive people to certain events and things that are going on right now. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say what I want to say because I have that right. Not through man, but through God. Now, a lot of different things are going on in our country, and a lot of different things that should have happened are not happening, but not in the way that we want them to happen. The Lord has spoken to me many times about the same thing that I always do, and that is, sorry, my eyes are itching, that things that I do I should not be doing. Things that I tell other people that they shouldn't do or should do, I don't do that myself. And I catch myself doing these things. But then I realize that the mistakes I've done. And I'm going to give you a little testimony of what happened to me yesterday so you can understand where I'm going to start coming from. For a long time, I've had a problem with illegal people coming into this country from all these other countries and stuff. So my mind was made up by the propaganda of the news and the government and etc. telling us that these people are bad, these people shouldn't be here, they're terrorists, they're evil, they're drug dealers, they're all these things. And I believed it. Of course, there's a little part of me still that believes these things because we need to protect ourselves, we need to protect our land and our families and our children, etc. But yesterday, my wife and I had a yard sale, and I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to get rid of. I have military and emergency preparedness stuff and household stuff that been sitting around for years. So my wife wants me to clean it out. So I finally gave in, and I did. So this gentleman came early in the morning and he was looking around and didn't speak really good English, but I knew that that wasn't a problem. I could help him with that. So he wanted a few items, and he said, well, can you hold these for me, and I'll come back later and I'll pay you for them. I was like, okay. So probably by the end, this was around 2:00, he came back and we were talking, and I couldn't really understand anything from him. But it dawned on me for some reason that this person came from another country into the United States, legally or illegally, I don't care. I did it once. I did. So where I'm coming from here is this. I had a hatred for these people coming into the United States legally or illegally, or bringing drugs in, or all these things that we shouldn't have in our country. But the Lord showed me something. Actually, he taught me a lesson yesterday that I did not realize until I went to church that night. These people came from a country that they despised. They were tortured, beaten, whatever, jailed, had no way of having a life there. So they traveled thousands and thousands of miles, maybe on foot, boat, car, whatever, to get here in our country. That we should be proud of our country for what we've done for centuries to fight to keep our freedom in this country. No other country has the freedoms that we have. No other country. That will be coming soon. That's another subject. Hold on. So, to get to my point, I gave him a lot of stuff half price or free. And he was amazed. He says, I don't understand why you're just giving these things to me. I said, well, for one reason, I don't want to bring it back in the house and then have it sit around again. And second of all, I want to help people. He goes, like me? I go, no, everyone. So I found out this gentleman was from El Salvador. Clean cut gentleman probably in his 30s. And, you know, we talked a little bit. I couldn't really understand all that thing, and he couldn't understand English that well either, so we talked about it. But I found it, you know, he was in the military. He was a military police officer. You know, he did things for his country, and then they kicked him out. That's what he basically said. They kicked me out. And I didn't go any further there because I didn't want to tarnish my thinking about this gentleman at the moment. So long story short is this. The Lord basically showed me how prejudiced and hateful I was towards these people, even though I did not understand that people are trying to come from another country, all the heartache and the dangers that they had to go through to come here in our United States, that we're supposed to help people from other countries. It's in the Bible. I don't remember exactly where. My pastor showed me. But we have this attitude that we live by, we do what we were told, and we have the mindset of what we're told on TV through propaganda. Yes, there is people that come through here, that come through into the United States illegally and want to do harm to us. That is not our fault. We can protect ourselves if we have to. We can do all these things. But the point here was God was telling me you're prejudiced against these people because you listen to what others tell you, that you have no right to judge them. And the ironic thing is, and I know the Lord does these things to me, puts me in places where I need to be. And where I work in a warehouse is full of people that speak Spanish and are having difficulty in life. And it made me, excuse me, stop and realize why God put me in the position of where I am right now in my job. I work security and everything like that, but you know, there's times in my mind when, you know, I'm trying to help these people or talk to these people, and some of them do speak English, and you know, they're used to me now. And I don't like the fact that I feel like I am a guard and they are the prisoners. But I know that I can change that attitude in myself, because what the Lord did for me yesterday was showed me my faults against other people. And it's not just people that speak Spanish. It's certain people in this country, even the Democrats and the Republicans and the liberals and the socialists and all these other people. We need to pray for them. We need to give them forgiveness for what they do, because God is the ultimate one of the judge, the jury, not us. We are supposed to love each other. We are supposed to help each other, not hate each other. We do it because we follow the crowd, because we don't want to be bothered with somebody giving us a bunch of garbage about it, or protesting, or calling us out and doing these things. But in the same sense, if we do not call out people that are doing evil and bad things, or correct them, then we are as much at fault as them. And God sees that. When God sees that you're doing something against someone that you don't even know why they're doing that, He sees that. And I think that's why He corrected me in my mind and my spirit to stop that. So this morning, I was pulling into McDonald's, and there was this big poster. I don't know why I noticed this. I usually don't pay attention to what's, you know, going on. So what happened was, there was a sign, a poster, that said something to the point like, black people with the golden arches have better chances or better minds than anyone else, or something like that. I don't remember the exact thing, but it caught my eye. And the lesson I learned quickly right from that was, who really is promoting racism? When you put something up that says black people only, and they're trying to promote their race and all these things. Somebody does not understand, or somebody's running the show on that side to keep the hate going. Could you imagine if it was like white men are the rulers of the world and we're the greatest people in the world and all this, and you posted that up? That's racism. There's a senator of color. I'm not going to say black anymore because that's why we have these problems. You say white boy, black man, stop it. We're all the same people. We're all family, just because we don't realize it because of our color of our skins. So anyway, let me get back to what I'm saying. So this woman of color was telling people that you have to fight against the white man and all these other nasty things that she was saying on public TV, in Congress. We have to fight for our rights. We're having racism every day. But the problem I see here is, where is this racism that you say is happening? Where is it? Why do you keep pushing and pushing and pushing the negative button of racism that people are getting to the point where I don't even want to hear the word anymore, because now you have destroyed the meaning of racism because of your own evil agenda to keep it going. You want a race war? Why? Because evil and the devil and all Satan's minions are pushing for a war. They want all the Christians and the Jews and the Catholics and the Buddhists and everyone to be destroyed. And the best way to do that is start a war with free people back and forth to kill each other because of their beliefs that are not true. I have listened to God several times to tell me the same thing. He says we are to love each other. It doesn't say love only those types and no other. He's never said that. But then again, you have people out there now, they're getting on Facebook and turning the words of God and Jesus around to make it sound like, oh, God's gay. Oh, yes, he is. He called Lazarus out of the closet. Baloney. That's blasphemy. You want to know the truth? You read the Bible. You can't read, listen to it on your phone or your computer. I'm so tired of this. And I will stand up because doesn't matter if I'm a Christian or Jew or not. I am a child of God. That is a man of God. This has to stop. And I will not be censored by these little minions of the devil saying, oh, you said hateful things, we can't have that. Bull. You know what? I'm not going to tolerate that anymore. And a lot more people are going to finally stand up and do the same thing and listen to God and not to you. The people that are promoting hatred and everything else in this country. It's got to stop. Hold on. Shouldn't say country. In the world. None of us are being told the truth. Anytime that news media comes on, or Facebook, or anything like that, it is all false lies. Jesus said in the Bible, there will be many false prophets that will turn you away from me and your families. And you will fight with each other, and you will hate each other, and you will walk away from the churches, and you will destroy each other by war or famine or total destruction of the world. That wasn't exact words, but this is what he meant. And what are we doing? We're doing the same thing. Every time, same thing. We follow the same patterns as history all the way through. And there's even people in this country and in this world that want to erase our history Yes, there was a lot of bad things that happened in history, but you learn from history so you do not repeat it. And these people are going to erase it and make something else up that never happened. The news media picks certain things that they know will trigger certain people to start trouble. If you do not see this, then you are going to be really awakened rudely when the Lord returns and stands in front of you and says, I don't know you. Get away from me. Because that was what I've seen in my visions. And I was one of them people that was told, I do not know you. Be gone from me. That terrified me more than seeing Jesus stand in front of me. And folks, I'm telling you these things because I am angry at you. I am angry at myself because I've done these things that I tell you not to do. What does that make me look like? Nobody. Why would I listen to you? Because you lie. I never lied. I tell you the truth. It's hard for me to tell you the truth in certain words so I don't get pulled off of here and put somewhere else or put to the bottom. My Facebook, this makes me laugh. My Facebook page is restricted every month. I get 3 months, I say one thing that I have no idea what I said or did. Because if I agree with somebody that said something that I agree with, I'll like it or I'll say a little comment with it. Boom, I'm banned. That's censorship. But you know what? They don't realize the one thing is my spirit and my mouth and my body may be destroyed physically, but there's always going to be somebody else. And God will do the same thing. He will pick somebody else to take my place and continue forward. Same thing every day. God does so many great things. But the problem is, nobody believes anymore. Let me say that again. Nobody believes in God anymore because they're listening to lies. And the worst thing that can happen to you when you die is you're standing in front of God, Jesus, and he would look at you and say, I do not know you. But I did all these great things for you. I'm very spiritual and holy. Doesn't matter. You went with the lies. You walked away from me. You pulled yourself away from me. You decided certain things in the Bible I don't like, so I'm just going to pretend I like Jesus, but I don't like the things he did. That's happening a lot. I'm telling you, this things are going on every single day. You don't hear about it. No one tells you about it. People are very silent about it because they're being pulled away from Jesus, being pulled away from God. They're being pulled away from religion because they think that evil's more fun and happy and great, and they don't care. Here's the great thing I heard. They don't care if they die, but they don't understand. If you die, you've got one or two places to go. You go to heaven or you go to hell. And believe me, hell is not a place to be. God doesn't want you to be there, but you made that decision because God gave you free will. The free will to go, let me see. If I do this, this will be bad. If I do that, then I'll be good. But if I do nothing, it still will be sitting on that fence there that the devil owns. You have free will to do whatever you want, but you have to have the morals and the common sense of what you've done. I pray every day and I ask for forgiveness of things that I've done way, way, way back when I was a small kid or a teenager, or anything I've done today. I still do that because I have fear of God. I don't fear man anymore because I could care less what they think. I could care less. And I'm proving that because I'm on here saying things that people will never say on here. Oh my God, don't say that. You're going to get stoned. Something's going to happen to you. I don't care. I don't care. You can't have faith and be a Christian or have religion and say that, well, I don't like this idea, so I'm just going to go with I like God and that's it. And I'm not going to do anything. It's not that you can't just sit there and say, I believe in God, and we'll see what happens. It don't work that way. My friends, I am frustrated to the point in my life, not only because of where I am or what I've done and what I have not done yet. and what the government says it's going to do. I could care less about that, because it's lies. All these things are lies. And we go through the same thing every single day. Oh, we're going to be this, you're going to have a great time, and everything's going to be all right. Yep, yep. Oh, by the way, you're going to hell, and I'm going to torture you forever. Yeah, that's how it works. Hey, that's a nice looking girl over there. Let me go over there and take care of her. Yeah, okay. Oh, let me go rob that bank over there. I'll go steal from stores and kill somebody. Ain't no big deal. Ain't no big deal, man. Yeah, it is a big deal. Because you're more afraid. These people are more afraid of what their friends will think than what God will think. I never in a million years thought that I'd be sitting here today speaking to you about God and speaking to you about your ways and warning you of what's coming and what's going to happen to you. Every single day. We are not guaranteed. It's the same old cliche, I know. We are not guaranteed tomorrow. That's why when I get up out of bed in the morning, if I got to go to work, I know I got to go to work. If I'm off on the weekends, I let God decide what he wants to do with me, because if I have a plan, then it usually gets screwed up, and then it doesn't matter. That's why I wait. Lord, what do you want me to do today? How can I serve you, Father? That's how I work. And most times my days are filled with many things to do, and I'm very happy with that. I'm satisfied. But folks, we sit here and we say, oh, we're so godly and we're all these things. And I give money to the church and I help the people and I do all these things. But God, Jesus says the same thing to us each time. You have done for yourself. You have not done for me. You have not done for others. Each of us has that second. We see somebody in desperation and needs money or is short on cash to pay for something, and we ignore them. There's that split second of, no, you're not going to help that person. That person's bad. You don't want to bother with that person. What happens if it's your own brother, your own sister? We are all brothers and sisters, no matter our color, our reputations, or whatever we are, whoever we are, status in our lives. Doesn't matter. We are all children. We're all brothers and sisters, and we are supposed to take care of each other. We're supposed to help people get back onto their feet and move them forward spiritually and physically in their lives. But we don't do that because we're so busy with, oh, well, I got my things to do in my life. I don't need you. I'm better. I don't need God. I don't need the devil. I don't need anything. I got news for you. As soon as you pull away from God, the devil steps into that spot, whether you know it or not. I am not here to preach to you about how to live your life. I'm telling you what's going to happen to you when you do the wrong things. And I know that personally, because when God comes into my life and shows me things and gives me signs, I know I need to step up and do my job and do what I'm supposed to do and speak the word to people. That's simple. But we don't do that because, oh no, I don't want to look like I'm a Jesus person, and all that stuff. But either, oh yeah, I am, but I hide it. You hide it? Why? I'm afraid of people. I don't want to get in trouble. You're already in trouble with the Lord. You can't turn away from who you are, who you were made to be. You cannot change yourself because somebody in society says, you know what, you should be a girl, or you should be a man. No. All these things that are in the world right now that we are against or for are evil. It is evil. Evil is not portrayed as when you see in the movies of, I'm evil. No. Evil could be the person just standing in front of you, hi, how can I help you today? Or, what do you need from me? It could be a police officer, it could be a pastor, it could be a judge, it could be your best friend. Evil is there every second, trying to destroy you. The devil isn't going to come to you in his red garb and everything, go, I'm going to take you over. It doesn't work that way. He could come to you as a beacon of light that looks like an angel or God himself. He can only mimic. He does not have the powers of God or Jesus or the Holy Spirit. It's like being a magician. You do these things that are sleight of hand, and you're paying attention to the hands, and you're not paying attention to what's in front of you. Folks, I'm trying to tell you something. I've been trying to tell you this for a while, and I know a lot of people have dropped off this program, and I don't care, because you made your own mistakes. You went with your own free will. That's your problem. I feel sad for you and frightened for you at the same time, because you're going to find out, hopefully at the last minute, who you really are and what you've done to yourself and destroyed yourself away from God. I don't need people to tell me to go to church and sit there and listen to someone speak the Bible. I go to church and I feel the presence of God. I love the people that are around me. Even though a few of them do bother me, I still make friends with them and keep the faith going for all of us. People think, oh, I just go to church, it's an organized religion. That's such a lie. That is such a lie. And the biggest excuse, oh, I don't like going to church because then I got to sit there and listen to them talk about stuff that I don't understand. Then you learn what it talks about and why these things are in the Bible, how they're written. People have this tendency to say, well, they're just stories. No, they're not. They're documentations of what really happened. You can't go and say, well, man wrote that, not God. Do you know the common sense stupidity of what you just said to yourself? God didn't come down and write it himself. He sent his son, Jesus, Yeshua, to come down here and take care of us and put us in the right direction. Even save us from our own sins and our sins from the past. And this person died for our sins that does not even know us. Not for just back in 2,000, 3,000 years ago, from all the way forward to the end of this world. I cry out to Jesus every single day to ask for forgiveness and to guide me to what I need to do and not to do today. Every single day I do that. Do you? No, you got to get on Facebook and see what's going on there and see how your friends are and see what kind of population of garbage it's on there and everything else. And don't tell me you don't, because you do. Pay attention to what God is telling you and not what man is telling you. And I've said this 100,000 times. God is truth. Man is lies. That's all I got to say with you right now, because I'm to the point where I am bombarded with what the Lord is telling me right now and showing me. You have no idea. It's like watching a movie that goes like this every couple of minutes. I am grateful that the Lord shows me things and speaks to me in certain ways that only I understand a lot of times. But just like what Jesus went through, he did miracles. He spoke to people. He spoke the demons out of people and all these different things, and yet they killed him. Because he was a threat to them. What was the threat? What was the reason they killed him? They really killed him for? Because he was saying the truth, and they were not. That's what it is all about. So, folks, I'm going to leave it right here with you, and I want you to really think about what I said. And if you don't understand it, please send me some nice comments about what's going on and what your thoughts are. And if you're going to be negative to me, I don't care. I'll take it. I'll listen to it. But I'm tired of it. I had a lady that sent me an article saying that you're a devil worshiper. You're saying all these things backwards, so people get confused and all these things. And she would not give me her name. So I sent her a little thing back. I said, if you read the Bible as it is interpreted by God and not by man, you will understand the Bible. and she sent me a little note that said F you back. So I know who I was dealing with. You just don't do that stuff. Why would you be mad at me because I'm telling you the truth? Or I'm telling you something that you know is truth, but you don't want that because you were told a lie? And it's more easy to understand and accept a lie than believe in it and embrace the truth. That's what it's about. We're fighting a spiritual war right now that is going to be much worse than you ever in this world. Even God said it. Even anytime this earth has ever seen this kind of stuff. And we're not even to the end of the world yet. We're not even to the apocalypse or anything like that. As Jesus said, the time will come when the birthing pains will be felt, and they will be more intense and more intense and more and more and more, until we suddenly realize where we are at that time in our lives. As Christians, Catholics, whoever, we are being attacked. So what? The way I look at it is we have people out there that are attacking Christians and Catholics and the Bible because they are told to do that. I am patiently waiting for someone to come up to me and say, you're a Christian, you're dirty, you can't do these things. And I'm going to say, who have you heard them from? And if they say, I heard it on the news, so you believe the news. I want to hear them tell me where and how come they hate Christians and Jesus. And the answer is the same every day. Because they do not know Jesus. They do not know me. Or they do not know you. They follow the sheep. They should follow the goats to the slaughter. For nothing. My friends, I'm done right now. I can't do anything any further. I can't say anything any further because my words are being jumbled together. But I do want to say that I'm trying. And I will not give up until my last breath on this earth and my first breath in heaven. Please follow and understand what I'm saying to you. I'm not asking you to follow me or this program or anything else. You need to follow God, not me. I am just a mouthpiece for him. May God bless you. May God bless America. And please, understand what I'm trying to say to you. And if you do not understand, then you should question that also. May God bless you. Have a great day.